The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be Apple's most polished Pro Max upgrade in years. Less about flashy reinvention and more about upgrading the features people actually use every single day. According to the latest leaks and early reports, Apple is focusing on four big pillars: a refined design, a major camera refresh, faster and more efficient performance, and smarter connectivity powered by expanded satellite features. So if you're trying to decide whether the iPhone 18 Pro Max is worth waiting for, here's everything the leaks suggest, broken down in a clear, practical way. Let's start with what you'll notice first: the design. Design: familiar, cleaner, and more. Modern Apple isn't throwing away the iPhone look. Instead, the iPhone 18 Pro Max reportedly keeps the premium, recognizable Pro Max design, but tightens it up where it counts. The biggest visual change is expected to be a slightly smaller dynamic island. That might sound minor, but it can make the screen feel cleaner and more immersive, especially during everyday use like messaging, watching videos, gaming, and navigating apps. Less visual interruption, more usable display. Leaks also point to new iPhone 18 Pro Max color options designed to make the lineup feel fresh without going over the top. The rumored finishes include light, blue dark, cherry dark. Gray silver dark cherry is the standout here, premium, bold, and different from the typical iPhone palette. If Apple delivers that shade the right way, it could easily become the must-have color of the iPhone 18 Pro Max launch. Now let's move to the biggest story for most buyers: the camera. Camera upgrades: 48 megapixel across the board, and variable aperture. The iPhone 18 Pro Max camera system could be the most practical leap forward we've seen in a while, especially if you take lots of photos and videos. The key leak: all three rear cameras are expected to use 48 megapixel sensors. That matters because it brings more detail, more flexibility for cropping, sharper images, and improved performance in challenging lighting, without relying on heavy processing to fake the result. But the real headline feature is the rumored addition of variable aperture technology. If this leak holds, it means the iPhone 18 Pro Max could physically adjust how much light enters the lens depending on the scene. In real-world terms, variable aperture can improve portrait photos with more natural background blur bright daylight, shots with sharper detail and better control low light photography by optimizing light intake for cleaner results. This is the kind of camera upgrade that isn't just a spec sheet flex, it's the type of improvement you feel every day, whether you're shooting food, travel, family moments, or content for social media. Camera control button: more reliable, easier to service. Another leak suggests Apple is refining the camera control button experience, making it more dependable and potentially easier to repair. That's important because if Apple is serious about turning the iPhone into a true everyday camera replacement, the shutter-style control needs to feel consistent, responsive, and durable. This points to Apple doubling down on a shoot faster, shoot easier approach, especially for Pro Max users who treat the iPhone as their main camera. Next up, performance. And yes, leaks suggest this is a meaningful jump, not just another small bump. Performance: A20 Pro power with better efficiency at the center of the iPhone 18 Pro Max is the rumored A20 Pro chip. The leak claims around a 15% performance boost compared to the previous generation, which translates to the things users actually notice: faster app launches, smoother multitasking, stronger gaming performance, better long session stability for creators and power users. But performance is only half the story. The more important detail is efficiency. Leaks suggest the A20 Pro improves energy efficiency by about 30%. Combine that with a slightly larger battery, and you're looking at what most buyers really want: an iPhone 18 Pro Max that lasts comfortably all day, even with heavy use like streaming, navigation, camera recording, editing, and constant messaging. Cooling. Improvements for consistent speed reports also mention improved cooling. That matters more than people think, because modern iPhones can be incredibly fast until heat forces them to slow down. Better thermal management means fewer performance drops during long gaming sessions, more consistent camera recording performances, smoother editing and exporting, better overall stability under pressure. This is the kind of upgrade that doesn't look exciting in a keynote slide. but makes the iPhone 18 Pro Max feel effortless in daily use. Now let's talk about one of the most important areas Apple is quietly winning: connectivity. Connectivity. Satellite messaging gets more useful. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to expand satellite features beyond emergency-only scenarios. One of the most interesting leaks suggests you'll be able to send and receive regular text messages even when you don't have cellular coverage. That's a huge deal for travelers, hikers, and outdoor workers, remote area commuters, emergency preparedness, and one who's been stuck with no service at the worst possible time. Instead of being a feature you hope you never use, satellite texting turns into a real-world advantage, something that can keep you connected when your network can't. Faster, more reliable 5G, where it matters. Alongside satellite improvements, Apple is also expected to refine 5G performance for more stable speeds in cities, suburbs, and high-traffic areas. It's not as headline-grabbing as a new design, but better everyday connectivity is one of the most valuable upgrades a flagship iPhone can offer. So where does the iPhone 18 Pro Max sit in Apple's bigger plan? The iPhone Ultra, the next premium tier on the horizon. Leaks continue to suggest Apple is preparing an iPhone Ultra model, positioned above the Pro lineup in both features and price. While details are still limited, the iPhone Ultra is expected to target an even more premium segment, potentially introducing new hardware ideas that go beyond what the Pro Max is designed to do. That makes the iPhone 18 Pro Max feel like Apple's best all-around flagship choice, the model that upgrades the essentials without forcing early adopter compromises. Final take: a strong, practical flagship upgrade. If the leaks are accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro Max isn't trying to reinvent the smartphone. It's trying to perfect the modern iPhone experience with upgrades that matter to real users: a cleaner, refined design with a smaller dynamic island, new premium color options like dark cherry, a major camera boost with 48 megapixel sensors on all rear cameras, variable aperture for better portraits, daylight, and low-light shots, A20 Pro performance with big efficiency gains for better battery life, improved cooling for consistent speed, expanded satellite messaging for staying connected off-grid for anyone upgrading from an older iPhone, or anyone who wants the most complete everyday flagship without the risk of a first-generation experimental model. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be a smart, polished, and genuinely useful upgrade.